A Woman's Story by Annie Ernaux. Original French title UNEFEMME Femme. Memoir novel. This is a deeply personal and poignant memoir novel that explores the life and death of Ernaux' mother. Noble, the author's mother, Annie Ernaux' mother. Written shortly after her mother passed away in 1986. Themes: mother daughter bond, memory and identity, class and social mobility, feminism and womanhood, illness and mortality. A Woman's Story is a short and emotional book written by Annie Ernaux about her mother's life and death. It's not just a story about girl grief. It's also about family, love, memory, and how people change over time. The book starts right after Ranak's mother dies from Alzheimer's disease. Annie feels a strong need to write about her, to remember her, not just as someone who was sick, but as a strong, hard-working woman. Writing the book is her way of honoring her mother's life, her mother's early life. Her mother was born into a poor family in the countryside of France. He did not have much education, but she was smart and determined and worked very hard. She worked in a factories and later opened a small grocery shop with her husband. She always wanted her daughter Annie to have a better life and go further than she did. Them relationships. Annie and her mother had a close but sometimes difficult relationship. Her mother was strict and had high expectations. Annie became a teacher and writer, which made her part of a different social class than her mother's. This created some distance between them, even though they still loved each other. Her mother's illness. In her last years, her mother suffered from Alzheimer's, which slowly took away her memory and personality. Annie writes about how painful it was to watch her strong, proved mother become weak and confused. She also remembers the good times and hours her mother shaped who she became. Writing to remember. At the end, Annie asks about why she wrote the book. She wanted to save her mother's story, not just for herself but for others too. Her mother's life was like the lives of many women who worked hard and gave everything for their families, even if they did not get much recognition. Main ideas in the book: the deep bond between mothers and daughters, how hard it is to be lose someone you love, the struggle of moving between social class, remembering the past and honoring people's lives, what it means to be a woman in a changing world. थोड़ा सा और मैं इस नॉवल के बारे में बता देती हूँ. दिस बुक इज़ रिटन बाय एनी रनक्स अबाउट हर मदर. Her mother died and Annie writes to remember her and tell her story. Annie's mother was strong and hardworking woman. She grew up poor, worked in factories and later run a small shop. She wanted Annie to have a better life and get a good education. Annie loved her mother, but they sometimes disagreed. As Annie got older, became more educated, they started to live in different worlds. This made them relationship a bit distance. Her mother's sickness. Later in life, her mother got Alzheimer's. She slowly forgot things and became very weak. Annie was very sad to see her mother like this. Why Annie wrote the book? Annie wrote the book to remember her mother's life. She wanted to show who her mother really was: strong, proud, full of love.